my beautiful, lovely people. How are you all doing on this blessed and sunny Friday? So I want to share with you all this blessful word, this word that God just been dealing with me about, and I want to share with you all. It's because I know so many of you, you might have been experiencing, you might have been, the same thing. God might have calling you. He might have calling you for assignment, and you're feeling like Moses. You feel like Moses, and you're like, I can't talk, Lord, me, Lord, why, me. And so I want to share this with you all because a while back, I did a video on remember your assignment. Remember your assignment. And I'm going to try to put the link to it. I'm going to try to clip it in the end of this video. For those of you get a chance, you can watch it. So this time, God was dealing with me on something else. He was dealing with me on something else as far as like relationship wise. And so the last relationship I was in, it didn't go so well. It didn't go so well. The individual, it was just like, we just couldn't see reach an agreement. It said two can't walk except they agree. And so this time the Lord, he just been dealing with me about relationship wise, like, about concerning a spouse. And so this time it's like he was having, like, I'm gonna say, like, how a daughter have a one-on-one talk with her father. So that's how it was with me. It's like he was having a one-on-one talk with me, and he was like showing me some things, revealing some things in me. And so basically, when he was dealing with me, he was saying, um I called you for something. I called you for something. I have an assignment for you, but I need you to take it serious. I need you to take it more serious. And so, and the reason being is because for those of you, you might not know, but there's another playful side of me. It might show up sometimes when I'm doing my video, but there's another playful side of me. I just like this person. I'm just kind of playful. I have a good sense of humor. I like to joke and I like to play. And sometimes my kids, they tease me, and it's like, you been around them kids, you been around them kids. It's because I have worked at daycare centers and worked at the school, and so it's like I was just constantly surrounded by kids. And so when I just be playing and I be joking, they be like, you. And so basically, God has been dealing with me like, I need you to take it more serious. Like, I need you to take it more serious. It's okay to play, but like, to be more serious. Because if I send you a spouse, you can't just be playing with him all the time. There's going to be a time to play, and there's going to be a time you need to be more serious. And so he began to reveal some things to me, like, don't underestimate your assignment. Don't underestimate your assignment. And he began to show me different ones, like who different couples, like revealing, showing different couples to me, like how they underestimate their assignment. And so I want to read some notes to you. Read some notes. I want to read some notes of how he does, the way he described it to me, like when people, individual, they meet an individual, and they say like they into courtship, and when he began to show me like how they underestimate their assignments, like when an individual, if they get married for the wrong reason, meaning like if they just get married just to please their flesh, for lust, they going about it the wrong way. But when you go into it with the right way, when you go into the right way and you marry the right person, you treat that person. That person is, they not a thing to you. They're not a thing. It's like an object. He began like show me like thing, object. Like show me different ones. Like they married. That's the person they married to is just an object to them. It's just they didn't marry for the right reason. They're just an object to them. But when you marry for the right reason with the right person, that person that you marry, that individual, if it's a man, he and this woman, she is his queen. She is his queen, and he is her king. He began to show me like the difference between an object and versus a queen. Like this person, you just got this person. They just got this individual on their arm. It's because just because so they won't so they won't feel alone. They won't be alone, and all it is just a temporary satisfaction. But when you get somebody, when you get a king, a queen, when you get a queen, you cherish that person. You cherish that person. You honor that person. You show her the utmost respect. Or if the man, you cherish that person. You cherish that individual. You cherish him. You treat him like a king. You know. And so I was like, wow. I was like, wow, Lord, like, wow. And even like dealing with me, like some past relationship I had, like God even showed me, like, that was just a thing. That was just a thing, you know. That was just an object, you know. He didn't look at you or treat you as a queen. He just looked at you like you was just an object. You was just a thing. You was just something like, you know, to fulfill his flesh. But when you if he would have treated you like a godly queen in a different way, you know, then it would really, you know, it would really be something. So he would just basically show me, like, you know, this time you go into it different, you know, be more, be more serious and don't just you know I might have said this in my other video, don't just let any or anybody, you know, just come to you and treat you any type of way. If he don't treat you like a queen, hey, let him, you know, let him go, let him go. And so I was just like, wow. I was like, wow, Lord, you know, like I really needed that. I didn't look at it as that way, you know, I didn't look at it that way. But the way he was just showing me, it was different ones. I would look at couples and I would look at their picture. I would look at their picture. He began to reveal to me, like, you see that? Do they look like they in love? Do they look like they in love? You see some people, you might see they taking pictures and you could tell individual couples that are in love. When they are in love, it's going to show, like they smooching, they all over each other in the picture. But when you see individual, they taking the picture and the spouse, they might look a little standoffish. They look like they don't even want to be in the picture. Something is wrong with that. Something is wrong with that. If they taking a picture and they acting like they don't want to be in the picture, they don't want to have their arm around you, they don't want to be kissed. Something is wrong with that. Something is wrong with that, you know. And so this was just, you know, it was so much, and it was just like, you know, but I needed it. It was like I needed it, you know. You just basically showed me, like, don't underestimate the call. Don't underestimate your assignment. I'm giving you an assignment, and don't underestimate. Don't take it lightly. Like, don't take it lightly. Don't be like Moses. Moses said he couldn't speak. Don't be that way, you know. Because I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I remember, and I told God, I said, I'm good. This is what I said, y'all. I said, I'm good. I said, I'm good. I'm just good with it. Just me and you, Lord, and working. But I went to a prayer retreat. And I think I shared this testimony how there was this prophet. She was at the prayer retreat, and I'm like, there was no way she could have known I said that. I remember one day I was on my way to my doctor's appointment, and because there was this individual, he was trying to talk to me, and I was like, I was like, I'm good. I'm like, I'm good. I'll wait. I'm like, Lord, I'll wait on you. And so I get to the prayer retreat, and this evangelist, she prophesied to me, and she told me, she said, there were some recruiters that came to you, and the Lord said, you said that you'll wait. You said you'll wait. And when she said that, I'm like, that was God. I'm like, that was God, because there was no way she could have known when I said she wasn't there with me when I was on my way to my doctor's appointment. I'm like, that was God. And so when she said that, it was like, it was confirmation. It was confirmation. And so this time around, he just, you know, he just, it's like a daughter. It's like a father and daughter talk. He was having for a father and daughter talk with me like, I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses about you good or you this, you that. I don't want to hear it, Melissa. I don't want to hear it, okay? What I need you to do, I need you to be serious. I need you to be serious. I need you, don't play around, don't be joking, be serious. I need you to be serious about this. So I said, okay, Lord. I said, okay, Lord. All right. He said, I need you to go into this wholeheartedly. Like, I need you to go into it wholeheartedly. It's going to be different this time. So I said, okay, Lord. So I want to share this with you all. For those of you, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm looking at my notes. For those of you, God have calling you. God have calling you for an assignment. And you like Moses, you saying, Lord, I can't speak, I can't talk, Lord, I ain't, Lord, you might be saying like me, Lord, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And he study just pressing at you about, it's the Lord. It's God when he just study bringing it to you. He study bringing it to you. It might be something he's telling you, like calling you to a job. He might be saying, you're going to be a manager. You're going to be a CEO. And you saying, not me, Lord. Nope, I can't put up them people. He's saying, and he study telling you like you, or you're going to own your own business one day. I don't know. I don't know, Lord, if I get you. Yes, you. Yes, you. Don't underestimate your assignment. Don't take it lightly. God is calling you for something. Don't just brush it off like it's nothing. Don't just brush it off like he ain't just speak to you about something. He ain't just speak to you about telling you to own your own business. Or he ain't just speak to you by telling you like, hey, I'm going to take you higher. You're going to lead this company and I'm taking you higher. Don't just brush it off like you didn't hear that. Or he ain't tell you like, you know what, I'm going to bless you with a house. Don't just brush it off your shoulder like he didn't just speak to you, telling you, revealing your future to you. Revealing your future to you. Don't just brush it off like he didn't just reveal your future to you. Because me, I couldn't shake it off. I couldn't look like. And he just kept on like, what did I say? What did I say? And so there was a sister at my church, and she was sharing her testimony. She was sharing her testimony how she met her husband. And she said one day she was at church and God told her, like, that's your husband. And she was like, mm-mm. She's like, no. And the brother, like, he's not, ugly brother or anything. She was like, mm-mm. She was like, no. He was like, that's your husband. And sure enough, that's the man she married. That was her husband. So when she shared her testimony with me, I just shared to her what I've been hearing. I said, lately, I just been hearing in my spirit that, I just been hearing in my spirit, marriage matters to me. Marriage matters to me. And she was like, what? She was like, wow. She was like, well, he's preparing you. She was like, God is preparing you for marriage. If you hearing that, she was like, God is preparing you for marriage. So I just want to all my single women, single men, like, to be encouraged. If God is pressing at you about something, don't underestimate the call. Don't underestimate the call. Don't be like me. Someone's like, I'm good. I don't need no wife. Or if you're a woman, I'm good. I don't need no husband. If God say he wants you, he wants you, he's sending you a spouse. He wants you to be married. You can't, don't tell God no. You can't say no, God. If this is what he's saying, because after all, he see the future. He see your future. He know what's right for you. He know what's good for you. He know what you need. He know. God know. He know what you need in your life. You might say, I'm good, Lord. I'm good. I don't need no car. I don't need this. I don't need my own business. And God saying, I see your future. I see your future. I created you. I see your future. Stop underestimating the call on your life. Stop underestimate the call on your life. And it just took me back to the video I did a while back, Remember Your Assignment. And I remember I was working at the school. And it was one day, it was just so hectic. I wanted to just walk out. And I never forget, he spoke it in my spirit. And he said, remember your assignment. Like, it was so stern. He was like, remember your assignment. Like, remember your assignment, Melissa. What did I call you to do? Didn't I call you to serve? I called you to serve, Melissa. Serve. Work. Serve. I called you. I gifted you with these skills and talents. Serve. And so in that video, I shared with, like, whatever it is that God had calling you to do. If he called you to be a teacher, teach to the fullest. If he called you to be a doctor, be that doctor to the fullest. If he called you to be a singer, be a singer to the fullest. If he called you to preach to the fullest. Whatever it is he have called you to do it to the fullest. Do it to the fullest. And like he just kept telling me, remember your assignment, Melissa. What did I call you to do? And whenever I feel like, I have, might have forget, that video is just, that messages keep coming back to me. Remember your assignment. So this time he's telling me, don't underestimate it. Don't take it lightly. Don't be like, oh, well, he told me I'm going to be, I don't know. Don't take it lightly. If God said, he said, my word shall not come back to be void. So anything that God have told you, don't just brush it off and say, oh, no, that's what he said, but I don't know if it's going to come to pass. He spoke it. He spoke it. And so, another person in look as that they didn't underestimate their assignment was Sarah. Sarah called Abraham. She looked at him as not only her king, but Lord. She called him Lord. When she would speak to him, she said, Lord. What is it, Lord? What is it, my Lord? She didn't honor him. She called him Lord. And so that's, giving her husband, she giving him honor. She giving him honor. She's calling him Lord. And so that's when you have something good, a good thing, a good spouse. When you can say Lord, when you can call him wonder. There's so many people I had on that's my, but she said Lord, or that's my king. At that person as just an object, like he don't mean, when he just an object, that person is just an object. They don't mean nothing to you. Only time they don't mean nothing. They just just somebody to please your flesh. But when they mean something to you, you say, that's my king. Oh, that's my queen. That's my queen. That's my rock right there. If I ain't have her in my life, I don't know where I'd be. That's my rock, or that's my king. Like he take good care of me. So in the natural, so here in the natural, we are given different assignments. We might in school, they might give us assignment to do in school, and we have a time frame. We have a time frame like when it got to be done. Sometimes some of us we might forget to do it. We might put it off, and there are penalties. There are penalties with that when you forget when you forget to complete assignment. You get a bad grade. You get a bad grade if you don't complete that assignment. You don't turn in that assignment, you would get a bad grade. So here in the spiritual, we have different assignments God may call us to do. In His kingdom or outside His kingdom. And if you don't complete that test, you don't fulfill the test. Sometimes God might say, you didn't do so good. You don't do so good. You don't pass that test. You might say, you this assignment again. When how can I give you this again? You asking me, I'm just paraphrasing, you asking me for a spouse, but you didn't do so good with that first one. You didn't do so good with the first husband I gave you, but you want another husband? I'm just paraphrasing, y'all. You want another husband, but you didn't do so good with the first husband. Or if it's a man, you want another wife. You didn't do so good with the first wife. So God needs to know. He needs to know this time around that you're not going to mess up. He needs to know this time around that, you're going to complete that task. You're going to complete that task. And so with me, and the reason why I believe he was just really dealing with me is because he seemed like, okay, that it didn't go so well. The person you was with, first of all, he wasn't the right person. It didn't go so well. So, this time around, okay, I'm gonna give you this assignment. I'm gonna give you another assignment. So, but this time around, I need you to complete. This time around, I need you to do better. I need you to do better. This time around, I need you to choose wisely. I need you to choose wisely. This time around, I don't need you hooking up with an object. I don't need you, I'm just paraphrasing. I don't need you hooking up with an object. I need you to trust me. Trust me to pick them out for you. Trust me. Trust me to pick them out for you. Don't try to go pick out somebody on your own. Trust. That's how so many people, individual, like they wondering like, what happened or what happened. I got with this individual. I thought he was the one. And it could be so many times like, we try to pick them out for ourselves and we don't pick out, a godly mate, and then things happen, So I'm just using me for an example. Like, guys, it didn't go so well. That was a thing. That was an object. That was an object. That was, that wasn't a king. That wasn't a king. That was a object. He was an object to you. He was an object, you know. And so you don't want to hook up with an object. You don't want to hook up with just someone they just looking at you as you know uh, temporary, just to please their flesh. You want somebody that's gonna treat you like a queen, gonna call you queen, gonna honor you, So I just wanted to share that with you all. And so, like, if God gives you an assignment, you don't want to rush through it. You don't want to rush. If God give you something to do, He may call you, say, you know what, I want you to be a teacher, or I want you to be a manager. He don't want you to just be rushing through stuff, you know, rushing through your messages, what you putting out to people. He wants you to take your time. He wants you to take your time, and then He don't want you just saying, looking at it, not thinking highly of it. He don't want you not thinking highly of it. He wants you, when He give you an assignment, He wants you to be serious and focused about it, because you're talking to people. Whether it's if you're ministering, you witnessing to people, or if you teaching, those are students that He left you in charge of, to teach them knowledge, those are students He left you, or if you're a doctor, those are patients that God has gifted you the skills to take care of them, to make them well, so you just can't just be fixing them up any type of way, or I'm going to just put this Band-Aid on them, or I'm just going to do this, this is going to be a fast surgery. No. He don't want you. He wants you to serve to the fullest. He don't want no rush job, And so, Webster Dictionary define underestimate to estimate as being less than the actual size, quality, or number. To place too low value, underrated. So this is what as I stated in the last video about you knowing your worth, know your worth. If you wasn't worth something to God, God wouldn't call you for it. He wouldn't call. Just think about that. If you didn't mean anything to God, you wasn't worth something to Him, He won't call you for the assignment. He won't say, you know what, I got an assignment for you to do. If God didn't think that you was somebody, He didn't think that you was worth something, He didn't think that you could complete the task, He wouldn't have called you for it. He see He see your future. He see your beginning and your ending. He knows when He call you, like, this the one. This is the one I want to call you. This one I want them for this task. They can do it. Just like Moses, when He called Moses, and Moses said, like, I can't speak. And what did He tell Moses? He said, Moses, what is that in your hand? And Moses said, a rod. And He let him know, when you scratch out that rod is going to do the talking. Not only that, I'm going to send Aaron with you. I'm going to send Aaron. So there's no excuse, You got the rod. When you scratch out that rod, and as you all know, if you remember the movie, The Ten Commandments, whenever he went to Pharaoh to tell him to let my people go, he scratched out the rod, and the rod, all them pleasures and stuff. And then he had God sent, He sent in some help. He sent He sent Aaron to go with him. So we have no excuse by saying, oh Lord, I can't talk, Lord, I can't. Look at me. Like, I always say this in all my videos. YouTube is therapy. I say YouTube is therapy for me is because I was a shy person. When I first started doing YouTube, I was a shy person. Very shy person. Like, Lord, I gotta talk to this person. But I can't have no excuse, because I told Him, God, I want to witness. I said, Lord, I want to witness to people, but I'm shy. And so look what He did. What is that in front of you, Melissa? What is that in front of you? What is that? Is that your laptop? Is that a camera on them? Turn the camera on. Talk. Turn the camera on and talk to the people. Talk. And first, I started off just recording myself, and I would just practice. And then I told my family, they was like, you ready? They was like, you ready? So this has been therapy for me. I got no excuse. No excuse to say, Lord, I can't go talk to people. I'm shy. No, what is that? Like Moses. Like He told Moses, what is that? Is that a rod? Scratch out that rod. That rod gonna do the speaking for you. Like, come on, listen, there is no excuse. Like, there are so many people. You got no excuse. right? Pick up your phone, camera, just, share scriptures, share scriptures or whatever. There are people out here, they need hope, they need encouragement. And so the more I began to do this, the more I just felt like I said, I'm healing. I said, God is healing me. He's healing me because now he got me at a place. Now he's saying, okay, I see, you coming out your shell. Now I need you to do this. Because first I started off doing work videos. I would come on here and I would show you all me getting ready to test the kids. And so one day he was like, that's good and all, but he was like, I need you to start sharing my word. I need you to start sharing my word, Melissa. And so this is how it got started. This is how my channel got started. I was at work just doing work videos. And then one day he came to me. He was like, Then he didn't stop there. He said, I need you to change your channel name. Like, when I first started, my channel was titled Life and Lessons. And he said, I need you to change your channel name to Melissa Ambassador for Christ. It's because I need you to be my spokesman. I need you to be my spokesman. I need you to share the word. I need you to share the word. So I said, okay, Lord. And first I said, Lord, I'm going to wait till I get 100. I'm being honest, y'all. I'm being honest. I said, Lord, first I'm going to wait till I get 100 subscribers. And then I'll change my name, the channel name. He said, no, do it now. Do it now. He said, do it now. Your channel is going to grow. And little by little, my channel is growing. And he just been telling me, all I need you to do is show up. Just keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep sharing the word. My people, they need the word. Keep whatever it is. You got, and we got, I don't see how some people, we got, so that you shouldn't have no excuses. If you have, like me, have God, now, sometimes you might say, I don't know what to talk about. Whatever you have around, whatever it is you do your video, you want to do your videos on. Well, God been leading me like with Bible lessons. I have so many Sunday school lessons, Bible, like books just stacked up on my shelf, and He just been leading me like share, share, share. Like it's enough. It's enough knowledge and word in you to share. People out here, they need the word. They need me, Melissa. They need a relationship with me. And so this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. Trying not to make an excuse, trying not to underestimate my assignment. God have called me to do something. And so I'm trying to do it to the full. So some people don't make that excuse. God will give you what He will give you. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Y'all. Okay. So where was I? So, although God showed Moses grace by sending his brother Aaron to speak for him, Moses obeyed and God did great and wondrous work through him and delivered his people from slavery in Egypt. Moses, who felt totally inadequate, eventually led his people to freedom, doing miracles along the way. This biblical account demonstrates how God's calling in our life does not depend on our ability but our obedience. God equips the one who obeys him. So many of us, like if God, He called us to do something, just like Moses and Gideon, this is the first thing we say. We don't think that we're capable of completing a task until God take us through it. They started out, they underestimate their assignment. And then when they went on through the task and then, and saw how strong they was. And sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes this my lighting keep going out, y'all. And sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes you don't know your strength until you go through the process. You go through the task, till you complete the assignment. Then you really was like, wow, man, I didn't know I was that strong. I went through that. I didn't know I was that strong. And it's usually sometimes God, He revealed our strength in us is when He give you an assignment and you complete that assignment and you didn't think you can do it. You said, and you realize you have strength. So, but I pray that you all was blessed by this message. Don't underestimate your assignment. Don't underestimate your assignment. I don't even want to hear that you can't do it, because hey, I'm going to be your spokesman. I'm going to speak for you. But I pray that you all enjoyed this message. Until next time, it's your girl Melissa. God bless.